On this Thursday night, here's what's happening right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5. Multiple fire departments rushed to a packaging plant near Richland last night. What we're learning today about the conditions that forced workers to evacuate. Plus, happening tonight, the Ben Franklin Transit Board meets behind closed doors to review an investigation. Our Dan Hansen is live in Richland with what action could follow the executive session. And justice moves forward for the Wild Horse Casino armed robbery case, the major development since that day of gunfire and terror. Stacey?
And all the way from Ellensburg to Tri-Cities and beyond, lots of sunshine. What another gorgeous day. How much longer will it last? I'll have the answers. The News at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good to see you. I'm Austin Breed. We begin at 5 o'clock in Richland, where the Ben Franklin Transit Board of Directors is holding a special meeting tonight that could lead to action following an executive session. New tonight, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen joining us live with a preview. Hi there, Dan.
Hey, yeah, that's right, Austin. I'm here at the Benton Franklin Transit headquarters, where at 4:30 there was a special meeting being held just before the regularly scheduled meeting at 6. Now, that meeting, members are expected to review the findings of an investigation involving a personal matter. During the meeting, board members entered executive session shortly after the meeting started to review under Washington law, to review an investigative report and its findings tied to a personnel issue. After the private discussion, the board will reconvene in open session where action could be taken. Later tonight at 6, the board will also hold its regularly scheduled meeting, as I said, and that is already planned. Now, the executive session was only supposed to take 20 minutes. However, I just found out they added another 20 minutes onto that, and I'll hope to have more updates for you tonight at 6. Reporting live in Richland, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan, we will see you then. Thank you, sir. Turning now to First Alert Weather, our Stacey Lee is here. Gosh, more nice weather.
More nice weather. Can't complain, right?
No.
Things are changing, Austin.
Okay. I had a feeling.
I was looking around on radar. I was seeing some thunderstorm activity in southern Oregon. So it has already begun. Take a look at your screen. Here's where the storm system is moving up from northern California into southern Oregon tonight, central Oregon by late night, and by tomorrow we'll start to see some rain and thunder showers popping up around here. As far as tonight, though, it looks like our precip chances are nil through the region, which is good. But after midnight, things are going to be changing. But a live look outside, it's gorgeous. Yep, there you go. Check out the boat at Howard Amon Park. Legends Casino Sky Camp, 74 degrees. Our feels like temp is 75. Winds are coming from the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Our sunset tonight at 7:36. Temperature-wise, going to be a beautiful evening. Enjoy an evening barbecue, a picnic, take the dogs for a walk, hike the mountains. Looking great this evening overall, so enjoy. Tomorrow things change. Our winds are going to be not too bad, but we'll have varying degrees of chances of precip. So hit and miss showers on and off tomorrow. Saturday looks to be the more active day out there, and even on Sunday. So we're going to be tracking showers and thunderstorms into the weekend. Breezy and gusty winds really get rocking and rolling Sunday into Monday, and then we'll see our temperature seasonal, which means cooler than we've been seeing the last few days. I'll get all those details headed your way in just a few minutes. Austin?
All right, Stacey, now to a crime alert in Yakima County. Residents in Moxie being urged to stay alert after reports of car prowlers in the area. Authorities say 2 males were seen attempting to break into vehicles right around the 4 o'clock in the morning hour earlier this week. The suspects were last spotted in the 200 block of North Chinook Street. Neighbors are now encouraged to check their surveillance cameras and report any suspicious activity. Anybody with information now asked to contact authorities. The man accused of robbing Wild Horse Resort and Casino in Pendleton at gunpoint in 2022 and threatening to bathe everyone in blood has pleaded guilty. Officials say 54-year-old Javier Francisco Vigil demanded $1 million from a cashier, then pulled a gun and took cash before leaving. Outside, cops say he confronted a responding Umatilla tribal police officer and opened fire. A federal grand jury later indicted him on several counts. The man is scheduled to be sentenced on August the 4th. New tonight, the city of Kennewick warning residents about a new scam involving emails from people claiming to be city staff. Officials say the messages impersonate a planning representative and request payment, often through wire transfer. The city says it will never request payment by email or wire transfers. Residents are urged not to click or respond to suspicious emails and to delete them immediately. Anybody with reports of fraud is asked to contact the Kennewick Police Department. Following up now, as crews from several agencies responded to that fire at a large packaging plant north of Richland, forcing workers to evacuate the building. Firefighters were dispatched here to the facility on Kingsgate Way right around 5:50 last night. When crews arrived, they found flames inside the building and quickly called in additional help. Employees were evacuated as firefighters worked to contain the blaze inside the large industrial structure. The cause of the fire and what materials were burning still not known.
The fire was relatively confined to the equipment, but it was very difficult to access the equipment. It was in what's called an EVOL machine, so it helps make corrugated cardboard and materials of that nature.
No one was hurt. The fire is still under investigation. Hardgrave says the plant is back and running tonight. Well, a court battle is heating up over Washington's new income tax targeting the state's highest earners. The so-called millionaire's tax would place a nearly 10% tax on income above $1 million. Well, now a lawsuit led by former Attorney General Rob McKenna argues the tax is unconstitutional, saying income should be treated as property under state law. Supporters, including Governor Ferguson, says the tax is needed to make the state's tax system fairer and could generate billions for public services. The tax is set to take effect in 2028, but it is still the future likely decided in court now. The crew of the Artemis II mission is homeward bound following their historic record-breaking journey around the moon. Tonight, Reed Binion brings us the latest.
There's so much data that you've seen already, but all the good stuff is coming back with us. There's so many more pictures, so many more stories.
The Artemis II astronauts taking questions during a press conference from space on day 8 of their historic mission to the moon as they race back to Earth ahead of their anticipated return home Friday.
I've actually been thinking about entry since April 3rd, 2023. One of the first press conferences we were asked, what are we looking forward to? And I said, splashdown. We've still got 2 more days. and riding a fireball through the atmosphere is profound as well.
The crew scheduled to splash down Friday evening off the coast of San Diego.
No concerns, no issues seen that would make us have any pause for the reentry.
Recovery teams will pick up the crew in helicopters and take them to the USS John P. Murtha, where they will undergo medical evaluations before traveling back to shore. NASA Wednesday releasing more images from the mission, including a group photo.
It's great to see them doing so well and in such great spirits.
The space agency also releasing a breathtaking new image of our galaxy.
The Milky Way, which is stunning. And free from atmospheric interference, the crew could see the glowing ribbon of stars and filaments.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
A recent poll conducted after the launch found 62% of U.S. adults say the benefits of NASA sending people into space are worth the costs. Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on coverage of rising gas prices amid the U.S. and Iran ceasefire being tested. Plus, the Michigan man who was arrested after his wife's disappearance in the Bahamas. Now to making a difference, the Columbia Basin Veterans Center expanded its mission today, partnering with Second Harvest to feed hundreds of local families. The mobile market brings free groceries to more than 250 households as food costs continue to climb and budgets tighten. Volunteers unloaded boxes from a truck stocked with fresh produce and pantry staples. The Veterans Center opens its doors to the broader community regularly, recognizing that hunger affects neighbors beyond those who served.
We've served people in our veteran military obligation, but we wanted to continue to serve our community. And so this is our outreach to the community, still serving today.
The center plans to host similar mobile markets in the future, expanding partnerships to reach even more families. Our news live at 5 is just getting started. Here's what's next. How the Dixie School District is planning to save its historic campus after a levy fails by a single ballot. And changes on the way weather-wise. Stacey Lee is back with your full First Alert weather forecast as we are on your side.
BOGO time is back at Vance, and by popular demand, this incredible offer has been extended through April. Right now, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right, buy an AC and get a furnace at no extra cost, and our licensed professionals will handle everything from start to finish. Upgrade your system today for comfort, peace of mind, and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance today. Vance Heating, AC, and Electric.
Get ready for a night of big laughs at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Comedy powerhouse Carlos Mencia brings his Liberated Tour on May 9th.
In real life, I don't hang out with people anymore because everybody's possessive.
This must-see comedy show finds the hilarious irony in the day-to-day. Experience this unfiltered show for one night only. See one of comedy's most fearless performers live and uncensored. Tickets are on sale now at wildhorseresort.com or on the app. Carlos Mencia, only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks. Right now, you can lease a new 2026 Tacoma for $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water. Mom!
Yeah. Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Request your free in-home water test today.
We're in this together.
Got this drive inside. Obsession. Grace returns Thursday, April 30th on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser General Surgery Center.
New Mr. Clean Magic Erasers make impossible possible. Just wet and squeeze and effortlessly cut through 100% of dirt, grease, and grime. So this is
100% possible.
They're upgraded and last 2 times longer to tackle more messes. It's not just clean, it's Mr. Clean.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. Click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com to nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties.
Kraken Knights. Coverage begins at 7 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Back now with an education alert. A small school district in Walla Walla County is working to maintain local control as leaders weigh the impact of recent levy results. The Dixie School District says its maintenance levy passed, but a capital levy failed by just 1 vote and will be rerun now in November. Officials say that funding is critical to maintain their historic school and keep up with rising costs. They also warn if the district is ever consolidated with a larger neighbor, property taxes for local residents could increase.
As we inform more and more community members about that, and they're like, oh, it does make more sense to have our local school here, then we'll generally get those votes in.
Tonight, the district says they will continue working with the community ahead of the November vote as they look to balance costs while keeping the school local. A statewide early learning program is facing major cuts, impacting thousands of young students. Washington lawmakers approved a 25% funding cut to Transition to Kindergarten, a program that helps 4-year-olds prepare for school. Officials say that could mean nearly 2,000 fewer students will have access next year. The program currently serves more than 7,000 children across 150 districts.
Cuts are going to impact us probably to the tune of about $3 million. And that'll be in, lost LEA funding as well as some transportation funding. And so, it's frustrating when you start taking from education to fund other programs. It clearly shows that that's not a priority for the governor and other legislators.
Tonight, the state says funding will now be prioritized for low-income, rural, and high-needs students. Coming up new at 6, we will hear how Kennewick schools are preparing. Well, the Benton County Conservation District is working closely with local farmers to improve water quality and support sustainable agriculture. The Benton County Conservation District says much of their work happens directly on farms, helping producers find ways to use more water efficiently, reduce erosion, and protect natural resources. They say that can include upgrading irrigation systems, planting vegetation along streams, and connecting farmers with funding and technical support, all at no cost. But one of the biggest priorities locally is managing nutrients, especially on dairies, where waste can impact groundwater if not handled properly.
We're trying to manage those nutrients, and sometimes that's pumps, sometimes that's manure storage structures, to really just protect things like groundwater where you don't want those nitrates leaching into the ground.
District leaders here say their goal is to work alongside farmers, helping protect water resources while keeping agriculture productive across Benton County. After we told you yesterday about Washington State's statewide drought, new details share how it could impact water use in the city of Yakima. The drought, now in its 4th year, includes the Yakima River Basin, where snowpack is extremely low. Yakima relies on the Natchez River for water, but that supply could be limited this summer. Federal officials may restrict junior water rights holders through pro-rationing from June to mid-October, reducing the city's supply. Today, Yakima city leaders said that backup wells are available, but they're now urging residents to conserve water through the summer.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And speaking of water, none today, but we're going to be getting some out of the skies. April showers bring those May flowers. All right, live look into Ellensburg this afternoon. Clear blue skies, beautiful, not even a cloud there. 66 degrees, winds are coming from the east at 10 miles per hour, and a beautiful sunset tonight at 7:36. They're right, there's the system. It is moving on up. We've been seeing thunder and lightning in southern Oregon, and that is slowly going to be making its way north in the next 24 hours. So that upper level system will continue to make its way on up. Let's look at our future cast by tomorrow morning, as when we'll start to see some showers moving up once again from the south. Could start to see some showers in the early afternoon, and we could even see some thunder and lightning associated with this system. So again, thunder roars, we're heading indoors. The first part of the system is going to be the lighter portion. As we get into our Saturday, that's when we're going to see heavier showers and bigger chances of thunder and lightning all through the area. So Saturday, very unsettled. As we get into our Sunday, we'll have more moisture continuing. A lot of that will stay to the east, impacting our Blue Mountains, where we're going to see the heaviest precipitation. So as far as rain totals go through Monday, about 1/10 of an inch or less for the lower elevations, but check out some of those impressive 1 to 1.5 inches or so for the Blue Mountains, and a lot less up in our Cascade Mountains. Our temperatures tonight are going to be pretty mild, 30s and 40s in the Kittitas Valley, 40 in Cle Elum tonight, 39 in Ellensburg. Moving down into the Yakima Valley, Yakima, Union Gap, 41, Sunnyside, 43. 42 tonight, Grandview. We're going to be in the 40s also in the Columbia Basin, with Tri-Cities at 42, 43 for Umatilla, 41 in Hermiston, and lower to middle 40s also in the foothills of the Blues overnight tonight. Mostly clear skies, but clouds will start to increase after midnight or so. Tomorrow's daytime highs hovering near what they are today, maybe a little bit cooler, especially in the foothills. And again, breezy winds coming in on top of those storms. Now, our winds are really going to start picking up on Sunday, where we're going to see some blustery winds. The Kittitas Valley, anywhere where there's mountain gaps, the Columbia River Gorge will start to get breezy. And then those winds are going to really ramp up on Monday. First alert weather day for the Kittitas Valley, as we could see gusts up to 60 miles an hour. So let's start in Ellensburg with Siblings Day tomorrow, 69 degrees, active weather, and look at all the wind that's going to be coming on down for the next week in Ellensburg. Yakima also looking at about a 10% chance of rain, increasing Saturday with breezy to gusty winds continuing through the middle of next week. Hermiston looking wet and breezy. Better chance of seeing a thunderstorm as the storms do move up from the south and they kind of wrap around the Blue Mountains. And then a pretty good chance of seeing thunder and lightning the closer you are to those Blue Mountains like Walla Walla or even in Pendleton, where we'll see some breezy to gusty winds. Now take a look at our temperature trends. Those temperatures are trending down, which may seem cool. However, those are pretty much where we're supposed to be right now, temperature-wise. And to round things off in Tri-Cities, look for a okay day tomorrow. Again, a little unsettled, chances of rain, a lot less here in the Columbia Basin, but still, you know, one of those thunderstorms could kind of break off and swoop around the Horse Heaven Hills into the Tri-Cities as well. So keep an eye on that. A nice spring thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Well welcomed.
Which is normal for this time of year.
Pretty
right?
normal, yep.
Okay, thank you much. Coming up next, we have the spotlight. You know, a woman who broke barriers at Richland Fire officially hangs up her hat. How Battalion Chief Brenda Rogers opened doors for future generations.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through April 30th, receive rebates up to $1,200 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Every Al has something to protect.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
Al Chun.
Can you hand me that paint cup?
Alan Hagen.
I'm not going to spend my retirement on land.
Als who start a business.
She's the boss now.
And pass it down. They've all got something to protect. Whether it's these Als.
It's actually Allie.
Or this perfect little
Jeff.
And with investment, retirement, and insurance know-how.
Look at the camera.
Prudential can help protect your life's work.
There you are.
Who's your rock?
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We are here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
It's a brave face we put on. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Don't want to be any trouble. But you know, sometimes we're not fine. Because getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we're human and we're aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. Anywhere, anytime. Call 988.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday starting at 4 p.m.
The NBA playoffs begin Saturday, April 18th on ESPN and ABC.
I love this story. A trailblazer at Richland Fire and Emergency Services officially ending a historic chapter. Battalion Chief Brenda Rogers worked her final shift yesterday before retiring after 34 years of service. Get this, Rogers was the department's first female firefighter, and her colleagues say she led with strength, compassion, and dedication, leaving a legacy that will continue shaping fire service. It was funny yesterday when we were in the newsroom, I heard over, we have scanners in our newsroom, and I heard them, they were
doing her sign off.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, good for her. Congratulations.
Yep.
All right, reason to smile, and one final look at that weather forecast. Stay right there.
Mariners Astros first pitch at 6:40 Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
Nob Hill Casino invites you to have a ball. Not only do we have the friendliest dealers in town, but our progressive games have amazing jackpots. Play great Vegas-style table games 7 days a week. And when you join our Players Club, you'll unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Plus, Players Club members automatically take part in our Have a Ball drawing every hour on the half hour from 9:30 to 2:30. So grab your friends and take the short drive to Nob Hill Casino, where the locals come to win.
At DQ, we're double flipping over our limited time Blizzard Double Flip deal. Buy one Blizzard tree and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
No, that's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got that DQ flavor. Savannah bananas, do it big, do it major. Home runs, fun runs, everything's crazy.
The Blizzard Double Flip deal is here.
Should we tell them to stop?
It's bananas. Buy one, get another for just 99 cents. Get it in the DQ app.
My skin's always so dry. Leggings it is.
Try Olay Hydrating Body Wash. It's the secret to lasting moisture. With 10 times the moisturizers to repair your skin barrier. Go from dry to visibly hydrated.
Love the skin you're in.
Olay Hydrating Body Wash and Lotion.
You know what's all good? Zero heartburn. That's why I take Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks heartburn before it starts. Unlike my friend here popping antacids all day. Give me those. Prilosec OTC. One pill, zero heartburn. All good.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores! Every save. What a stop! Every game. That's hockey, baby! Watch us defend the D.
Kraken Knights. Coverage begins at 7 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, your morning local headlines to kickstart your Friday.
And our near perfect stretch of spring weather finally coming to an end. We'll talk about rain chances as we head into the weekend tomorrow morning at 5.
And welcome back. So we try to end on a positive note. Keep the viewer photos coming, by the way, weather photos, nature photos, whatever you want to call them. Just keep them coming in. Take a look at your screen. Our good friend Dee out riding her bike. She said she calls it a gravel flower. She goes, I'm pretty sure the farmers around here call it a weed. But I like it. So nice weed or gravel flower, whatever.
We've gotten a lot of good photos this
I know, some beauties. And then the beautiful blue skies. And then check that out. That's the foothills of the Blues. Okay. So a beautiful bike ride for Dee. QR code right there on top of your screen. That's how you get your weather photo on TV. Like I said, keep those coming. All right, let's plan our day tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow's our kind of transition. Things are going to be unsettled. It's not going to be the heaviest storm day, but Saturday's looking a lot more active. However, there is anywhere from a 10 to 20% chance of seeing some showers in our viewing area. And of course, those winds are going to be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. not at advisory level by any means. So a decent look at forecast. Temperatures still warm, but a little bit cooler than we saw today. So going forward, rain and thunderstorm chances Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe we get a little break Monday, and then we could see more of it next week. Sunday through Wednesday, high winds specifically on Monday in the Kittitas Valley. We have a first alert weather day. We could see gusts up to 60 miles an hour. Also, Austin, not unusual in April. I remember many years ago, a huge wind dust storm in the month of April. So this is that transitional month. So again, be safe out there.
Hoping near news is good news.
Have a great night.